Another day, another 10 cent. I know it's hot than motherfucker. God damn, what they say? Hell's much hotter than this. Well, man, I just rather go to hell. Fuck it. Just sign me up. God damn. Man, what is going on? I'm your boy Warren G, in the place to be. Been clowning Sucker Free since 2003. It's hot than a motherfucker outside. But that don't stop this clown ass COVID-19 bullshit. Shout out to everybody that's returning to work safely. You know, after this hiatus. And then they done tried to crash the economy, which they're gonna do. Shout out to everybody that's furloughed, that's waiting to get back to work. Much power and respect to you. Appreciate everybody that's out there that's grinding hard, not trying to finesse their way into a better situation, but actually trying to do the goddamn work. Shout out to everybody that's just handling their business and doing what the fuck they need to do. And shout out to everybody that's out there that's trying to fuck a bitch. You feel me? And do the necessary things that it needs to take to do it. Shout out to motherfuckers, like I said, that's trying to wear a full body condom. Shout out to motherfuckers that's like, fuck it. Shit, I ain't gotta fuck, just suck. Nigga. She was just spitting up loogies. Bitch like, fuck that COVID though. Shit, what you trying to do though? Man, nigga, what? But anyway, shout out to everybody that's out there. Like I said, I'm your boy Warren G. Clowning Sucker Free since 3. This is a No I Don't Know TV series, podcast, whatever the fuck you want to call it. White boy don't give a fuck. That nigga was not scared of no niggas. You know, those type of white boys don't exist. That motherfucker was pushing the shit out of Scottie Pippen and fucking Jordan's ass up. Those motherfuckers don't exist. But anyway, I digress. At the end of the tunnel, Michael Jordan's a billionaire and I'm not. So I give a flying fuck about that nigga's documentary in the context of I'm taking it literally. It's just fun to watch it because it takes you back to the point in time where sports and the competitiveness was real. But other than that, nah. I don't expect Jordan to be no activist because he's not. But man, there's other shit that's going on, man. Let me tell you something. The corruption and fear tactics are real. You notice how they putting up all this shit about this person died from COVID, that person died, which we've already talked about. And it'll psychologically impair your mind. And people don't understand how stress could be real and could be catastrophic to your health. And you start believing it and thinking it, you fuck around and get the shit too. That's why I don't even be tripping off that shit. Plus, I've changed a lot in my belief system and how I view things. So I ain't even tripping. Like I said, I met this black sister trying to tell me about what the fuck I need to do. And then when I brought up Dr. Savior, the bitch didn't say shit. Then the bitch, then the next time, bitch, oh, well, how long have you been a vegan? I was like, I never said I was a vegan. I just said I follow some of the principles of Dr. Sebi. Then when I started educating her, oh, I didn't want to hear shit because I was like, I'm not a vegan, but I follow a lot of his principles. And Dr. Sebi never claimed to be a vegan. He claimed that food was electric and eat foods that are electric. That's what he claimed. And he got principles, as I broke it down to the sister, from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I don't want to hear that shit. After that, bitch, you can't use, oh, where's your mask at? No, clown, that's for you, not for me. That's for the deaf, dumb, and blind and the suck-ass niggas. That's out here walking around here like they getting ready to go work out somewhere. And the reason why I say that is because as I'm looking at this, Mike Pence, he's in the Mayo Clinic. He the only one that ain't got no mask. So is it something he know that we don't know? Let's play a little bit of this from CNN and let's see what the fuck they talking about. You know what I mean? Because I said he don't even have his mask on. Now why don't he have his mask? So I'm about to play a little bit of this and let's see what the fuck they talking about. Because I'm very interested to know why the fuck he ain't got his mask on. They playing a clown ass commercial right now. But and the thing about it is because ain't nobody fronting on him. Now what is it though that I don't know? And I ain't seen Donald Trump with no mask on. So why they ain't got no mask on? But they encouraging everybody else to put a goddamn mask on. That's the shit that I'm talking about. Deaf, dumb, and blind. Here we go.
During the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, speaking with healthcare workers, plasma donors, and to see a coronavirus testing lab. But the video is also causing a stir because, as you can see, what's missing? He's not wearing a mask. Everyone else is. The Mayo Clinic's policy is for everyone in the facility to wear a mask. And the hospital noted on their Twitter account that the vice president was made aware of the policy prior to his arrival today. So let's go back to our...
And that should tell you. Mike Pence is like, nigga, I make these laws. I'm white. I'm not a nigger. I'm not none of these immigrants. And I don't give a fuck about your mask policy. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do because I ain't getting that shit no way. Because they about to walk me through this Mayo Clinic and I'm only going to be around people that don't got the shit. That's a fact.
And senior medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen. And Elizabeth, where's his mask?
Hi, Brooke. This is really very, very striking. Why is everyone else wearing a mask and he isn't?
Well, bitch, why don't you tell us why everybody's except him?
He is a living, breathing human being like everybody else. He could get other people sick. Even if he's feeling fine, it is possible that he has coronavirus. That's been one of the horrific things about coronavirus.
And that's the fear tactic, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all believe that Donald J. Trump or Mike Pence or any of these motherfuckers that are the elite is going to get this shit, you are the deaf, dumb, and blind commoner that I've been talking about this whole fucking time. Them motherfuckers ain't getting that shit. Are you fucking kidding me? But what CNN likes to do is create false narratives in theater and drum up that fear like, oh, well, don't do what Mike Pence is doing. Put your mask on so you can breathe in your own fucking H2O, your own hot ass breath, so you won't get the oxygen that you really need to survive, which will suppress your immune system, and then you'll be more susceptible to getting it. So we need you to wear these masks.
Of coronavirus is that people can have it and be able to spread it and not feel sick at all. That is why the CDC in early April changed their policy. They said the CDC recommends wearing cloth face coverings in public settings where other social distancing measures are difficult to maintain.
She said what the CDC told us to do. But the CDC never made no comments on how that whistleblower, brother, who said don't take the patient because of all the toxic shit that's in it, he came up missing 2 weeks later and he was found dead in the river. The CDC is also a part of this book right here with the World Health Organization, who injected over 100 million Africans or 100,000 Africans with the HIV virus and cloaked it with the smallpox vaccination and then gave it to some moist white men and then say, oh, it came from monkey. Oh, it came from being homosexual. This is what the CDC do. So why the fuck would I take anything that the CDC serious? What? Me personally. Y'all think it's a coincidence that the headquarters of the CDC is in Atlanta and that's the highest population for AIDS, for HIV? Man, get the fuck out of here.
It is critical to emphasize also that maintaining 6 feet social distancing remains important to spreading the slow of the virus. So the CDC says 2 things. Wear a mask out in public settings like these and keep 6 feet away. And he's doing neither. I can't understand why he would do that. Why, is he scared of wearing a mask because he's scared that it would send out some kind of message? I mean, I'm
all theater. That's why CNN, there's an antagonist and a protagonist. You have Fox News that ain't gonna talk about it. You got CNN that pretends like they care so much and so deep about it, but they don't never talk about the real issues. Why don't y'all talk about the issues of what the fuck is really going on? Because it seems to me like it's freestyle fellowship at the lower level where motherfuckers just making it up as they go. Oh, it's 6 feet. Oh, no, it's 3 feet. Oh, only wear the mask if you have it. Oh, no. Even if you don't have it, you can contaminate somebody because you don't know because you got to get tested. Okay, well, let me go get tested. Oh, we ain't got no test kits. Well, now how the fuck you going to know if I have it? Oh, well, because the symptoms don't show. Nigga, what?
Perplexed. I can't understand why he would be doing this. And it, in
Impossible
fact, is really potentially putting other people in danger.
Can you just walk us through why you made a decision not to wear the mask, even though the clinic said that they tweeted that they had asked you to do so?
Well, let me say, as Vice President of the United States, I'm tested for the coronavirus on a regular basis, and everyone who is around me.
And let me tell you something, Mike Pence. These dumbass motherfuckers know that, but this is all theater. Like I said before, you think they're going to allow the vice president or the president to even come close with somebody that got that deadly bullshit? Man, nigga, stop playing the theater. That's why motherfuckers need to turn off their TVs and get you a fucking Behold the Pale Horse book and read it. Go get you The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and read that shit and understand that this is all theater. This is all theater. I'm not saying and taking away that that virus is not impairing people that already have pre-existing illnesses. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is they're using people's pre-existing illnesses with the virus and saying, well, the virus killed them. No, if they already had diabetes and then they get the fucking virus, well, that's going to cripple their immune system. If they already have asthma or bronchitis, that's what, but they don't tell you those things. All they're telling you is, oh, such died from corona. Oh, such died from corona. Oh, COVID-19.
For the coronavirus. And when the CDC issued guidelines about wearing a mask, it was their recognition that people that may have the coronavirus could prevent the possibility of conveying the virus to someone else by wearing a mask. And since I don't have the coronavirus, I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to be here, to be able to speak to these researchers, personnel.
She let you know, since I don't have the coronavirus, letting y'all niggas know, I ain't got that shit. So, fuck out of here.
And look them in the eye and say thank you. So it's a great privilege for me. And
just thought y'all see that. Let me cut this motherfucking music back on. That's funny. That's part of the fear tactic. Have y'all thinking like, ooh, he ain't got it on. He gonna spread it. He gonna get it. They would never let nobody that elite, that upper echelon type of person be around motherfuckers that got it. Man, please. If a motherfucker try to run up on me, piss and cough on them, they'll tackle that motherfucker and put his ass in prison. So why the fuck do you think that this corrupt government would allow the vice president to be around somebody? That's how dumb motherfuckers are, and that's why they got this shit on CNN. Come on, man. Smarten up. Smarten up. Just like, this brings me to my next point. Trump signs an executive order to keep meat processing plants open. Now, the worst thing you can do is eat red meat while the virus is lurking. Because all that red meat is going to do is have your immune system working overtime and your digestive system working overtime to process all the toxic things in that meat, which ain't nothing but meat glue as it is. because we don't even have enough farms. I tell people, okay, now look at all these places that serve me. You got Famous Days, you got Outback Steakhouse, you got all these places, right? And I tell a person, but how many farms do you see out here with real cows that they're slaughtering? And I'm not talking about big fat cows. I'm talking about nice, healthy cows because cows are not meant to be big and fat. They shoot them steroids. How many farms do you see out here? But you see a whole lot of motherfucking Walmart trucks and motherfucking Whole Food trucks, Amazon trucks driving out here, don't you? That's because this is genetically modified meat, clowns, which is there to destroy you as well. So we gonna give you, so guess what? If you don't take the motherfucking virus, nigga, we got you on the back end with the meat. Facts. The chicken, all that. The fish too, unless you get wild caught. And it's not healthy to eat fish every day. It's not healthy to eat tuna every day. I know that. Go get the book How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Sometimes just fast. I'm telling you, watch what your body does. At first, you might have a headache, you might be tired, but then after a while, your body is like a rejuvenation because your body's not spending all day processing all that toxic steroid just bullshit that's in your body. Trust me, I know. When I eat pizza or if I eat something that's toxic to my body, I take an activated charcoal. I take some of Tahuti Ma'araz pills, which is liver and gallbladder pills, because that's what happens a lot of times. That stuff breaks down your immune system. It breaks down your gut where your gut can't process a lot of shit. And I'm not no doctor, but just from listening to Dr. Sebi and Tahuti Ma'araz, watching a lot of films on it, Layla Africa, all these people, come on, man, the shit is real. So, of course, yeah, keep the meat plants open. Not just because of the money. Keep them open because, we got to keep feeding these motherfuckers shit. That's why they're upset that motherfuckers is buying coconut milk and almond milk and not regular milk. You say, why you say that, Warren? Because milk is a toxic thing you can drink. And milk does not do a body good. So when they try to make you feel bad for being lactose intolerant, I believe 90% of black people are lactose intolerant because that is poisonous to our immune system. Dairy, period. That's one of the main things I've been trying to kick is hard because of cheese. I love cheese. But man, that shit is difficult. I cut out the eggs. I used to eat eggs all the time. I don't even fuck with eggs. That shit had me breaking out and fucking all kinds of shit. Because I stopped eating dairy for a while. Well, not cheese, but like eggs, certain things. Then I ate it one time. Man, I had such a bad reaction to that. These are the things that they're doing. These tactics are real. Don't not think that that's not what they plan on doing. That's why we don't have time to be fighting each other. That's why in the hood there's a Taco Hell, a Murder King, a McDevil's, a Panda, No Express. They got those shits in the hood because they know niggas gonna eat that shit. Because we will pay for convenience. They know that. That's why we as people, I think a lot of times we gotta educate ourselves. Read. And when you ain't gotta be no Nation of Islam to read How to Eat to Live. I'm not no Nation of Islam. I never claimed to be a part of Nation of Islam, but I do respect their teachings, their principles, and their belief system. I respect that shit. You gotta have some type of discipline to be a part of it. Motherfuckers think you gotta be a part of it just to read and understand and research it. I got a message to a black man. I gotta read it. I ain't read that yet. I read The Fall of America and I read How to Eat to Live. After reading How to Eat to Live and then watching What the Hell, I was sold. That's why I can't nobody, look, and I'm gonna say this again, I'm gonna keep saying this. I don't give a fuck what nobody think. Ain't nobody finna tell me shit about Farrakhan, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You're not telling me shit. I don't wanna hear it. And the reason why I don't wanna hear that shit is because these men have done great things for our community and our society, and I'm tired of us always trying to pick out all the negative things that they do. But when it comes to John F. Kennedy, he was America's sweetheart. But he was fucking all kinds of bitches. He was a racist motherfucker too. He liked niggas particularly, and he didn't do nothing to advance the forward movement of Native black people as well. So, nah. But motherfuckers praise him, black and white. But then when you talk about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, motherfuckers, that's why I always have to educate somebody. This lady was like, oh, so you're vegan and kind of lightweight, trying to be slick and I said, I never claimed to be vegan. I said, I follow a lot of the principles of Dr. Sebi. So I try to be as plant-based as I possibly can. Is it difficult? It's very difficult. Is it expensive at times? Yeah, it's very expensive. But then I brought up Ty's Conscious Kitchen. And then she was like, yeah, because I've been a vegan for 20 years or whatever. And I said, okay, well, if you're a vegan, then you shouldn't be worried about no damn virus, because your body should be acclimated to a lot of the things, and your immune system should be at an all-time high, because you're not eating the dairy and all this other stuff. But vegan is not applicable to black men because of the shit that's in those vegan products, or soy. Soy is plastic, and it effeminizes black men and men, period. So if not, go do the research. That's why you don't eat a lot of tofu and all that. That shit got soy in it. Soy is plastic. Facts. But I think a lot of us, we don't want to do the research, because I think a lot of us feel like we ain't got to. Fuck it, the Taco Hell right there. I'm just gonna get Taco Bell. Fuck that nigga. Because they expect everybody to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, or look like some bodybuilder for you to be healthy. You ain't gotta look like them. You ain't gotta look like them, but I can tell you one thing. You can practice some of these things. Borrow from a little bit of everybody. Go to Dr. Sebi's page, look at some of his shit. Go to Tootie My Eyebrows page. I gotta order some shit from him too. Hey man, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? When I saw that with Mike Pence, I just was laughing. I was like, man, see, he ain't always doing this bullshit. Oh, why is he not marrying this match? I don't get it. Man, y'all motherfuckers know what the fuck is going on. That's why when I see my black brothers and sisters out here with these clown-ass masks on, going with the general population, you're deaf, dumb, and blind, you're a commoner. Oh, well, I could have it, but I don't have the symptoms. Well, maybe that's that melanin working overtime, being a semi and superconductor and making sure you don't have it. And if you do have it, it's expelling it from your body. Don't worry about it. But no, we sitting up here going with what the fuck they say on TV. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you at the car plantation, I get it. You got to follow their rules. But once you get out of that, you ain't got to do that shit. That's why when I go somewhere, I don't have no fucking mask on. It's 100 degrees out here. So if that motherfucker's lasting at 100 degrees, then that should let you know that shit was man-made. And all they gonna do come fall is hit you with the woo-wop and make it 10 times stronger. Oh, it didn't kill as many people as we thought, and it didn't shut the economy down as much as we thought. Let's hit them by October, November. Now, it's gonna go from October all the way to May again. I believe they don't want no Thanksgiving or no Christmas. Wanna bet? Niggas spent Easter in the crib. But I still went in on Easter though. Motherfuckers talk about Easter eggs and shit. So I said bunnies don't lay eggs, they lay shit. That stinks. Fuck out of here. But we running around celebrating Easter eggs and dyeing them and hiding them. And man, what kind of sadistic bullshit is that? But I guess chickens lay eggs, not bunnies. But that's what we go with. This sister today, this shit was funny. Sister today, she was just like, oh, you know, you read and all that stuff. No, she didn't read. She was like, yeah. You know, she said something about church. And yeah, people shouldn't be worried about church. They should be worried about this virus. I was like, yeah, well, I don't really go to church like that. She was like, oh, you don't? And she was just like, yeah, because, you know, church, because Jesus. I said, who? Cesare Borgia? She said, who is that? Is that Islamic? Is that Hebrew? I said, Cesare Borgia is that white, blue-eyed, perm-pressed just for me kid wearing ass motherfucker that's on the wall of every church. That's Cesare Borgia that everybody praying to as I'm reading the book, The Borgias and Their Enemies. Come on, man. And she was like, oh, I didn't know who that was. Well, Jesus is black. I'm like, you can say that. And I would prefer you say that, but well, Jesus is not really real. Because how could he be Jesus Christ, right? 2,000 years old, but the letter J is only 900. So that doesn't even make sense. Because these are stories that have been told for thousands of years, and we just kind of go with it. And nobody questions it, because if you question it, to question that is to go against God. And all this other shit, as they created a heaven and a hell, and in religion, the etymology of that is to bind. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's mind is encapsulated in their own thinking. So if you don't think outside the box, you're going to be like, man, put your mask on. And, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that motherfucker was sneezing. Let's forget that it's April. It's pollen season. It's allergy season. Transitioning from cold to hot, allergies. Transitioning from hot to cold, allergies. Bugs, gnats, all these things that have been tucked away for the last 5-6 months, they out. Mosquitoes, all these wonderful things that are part of nature. We done forgot about all that shit. And if you read the book of Medical Apartheid by Harry Washington, how do we not know that they're not injecting that virus in mosquitoes? How do we not know that? Because in Medical Apartheid, that's what the fuck they was doing. And it was chemical warfare. So they was injecting mosquitoes with viruses and then letting the mosquitoes out over certain cities where it was tropical and the mosquitoes could live, seeing how many people it would infect. This is a fact. Go read that book. So if they're capable of doing that shit, then what the fuck y'all think they capable of doing now? So stop being deaf, dumb, and blind and going whatever the fuck these motherfuckers told you. Research it for yourself. Just like now, oh, we gotta keep the meatpacking place open. Now, if you watch anything or you look up meat glue, you look up the association with colon cancer and all this other shit, I'm not saying don't stop eating your meat, eating your chicken and all that. I eat a little bit of chicken now, you know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, I detox like a motherfucker. Take activated charcoal to get all those toxins out of my body. I take golden seal, black seed oil. I take all those vitamins. I take the Udi Ma'abra because I want to get that out of my system. I don't want that shit sitting in my system and rotting. So it's very difficult at times because does that food look good? Yeah, but a lot of times I'm tired. I can always tell the difference when I eat something that I normally don't eat because I'm tired and I just want to relax. Because the shit that you're eating is decomposing in your body. If it's not plant-based, and that's a fact. Now, you can try different things because I do too, but think about it. We got to keep the meatpacking companies open. I ain't never seen so many people at In-N-Out and McDevil's and Murder King in my life. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. How the economy, they're trying to basically chokehold the economy, and motherfuckers still out there buying meat. So my thing is this, I feel like they're going to come back bigger and bigger, better, stronger, and they're going to want to strangle the economy until it hits the ground the way they want to do it. You heard it first, April 28th. And when it happens, I'm going to be right on here telling y'all, I told y'all this shit was going to happen. See, this, to me, I feel like this was phase 1 of 3. Because phase 1 is lock everything down. Because it's spreading. Close the casinos. Fuck that. We're not opening up shit. Y'all know these casinos. Y'all know these small businesses ain't going to be able to survive. Oh, let's print more money. How you going to print more money? You know why? Because it's not backed by anything. These are things that people don't know. Ask a local citizen or dumb motherfucker, where does the money come from? These dumbass niggas going to say it come from the government. They don't know that it's private Jewish bankers or private bankers, the gangsters, the banksters, that's where we're borrowing the money from. That's why when you look on your goddamn original copy of your birth certificate, there's stamps of banks on it. But that's a whole nother subject. I already talked about that. That's why Social Security, the headquarters is in Delaware. That's because the rules and laws are skewed and written in Delaware a certain way that you could never challenge them. It's written that way. That's why major corporations out of Delaware. The IRS is out of Delaware. Social Security is out of Delaware. Pentagon, all that shit. That's why, I'm going to sue the government. No, you have to sue the corporation because it's a straw man. But people, because you're crazy. Or you're a conspiracy theorist. I had to tell a motherfucker the other day, I said, conspiracy theorist was a term that the CIA came up with to make you sound crazy when really you're on to something. Ask Gary Webb. That's another book I think I'm going to get. Gary Webb was the motherfucker who interviewed Freeway Ricky Ross, and then supposedly he shot himself in the head twice. That motherfucker gonna shoot. Bang. Oh, I missed. Bang! All right, I'm dead. Man, get the fuck out of here. But motherfuckers be believing the hype. Believing that shit. That's why I said, wow. Okay. Just like the motherfucker that was the co-founder of the fight that flopped with Ja Rule. He trying to get out, talking about, oh, God, get out because I'm not feeling well. Nigga, what? If they ain't let R. Kelly out, then why the fuck you think you can get out? Harvey Weinstein was trying to get out too. Now the motherfucker on a walker. Man, fuck Harvey Weinstein. Well, you wasn't on no walker when you was taking that damn pussy. You wasn't on no damn walker. Being super aggressive. They always want to associate over-sexualized motherfuckers with black men, and then white men, they good. And then they got fucking audio tape of Harvey Weinstein pressing the fuck out of a bitch to try to get some pussy hole. So man, I don't want to hear that shit. That's why you can't believe what the motherfuckers just gonna put these false narratives out there to see what stick and see what people go with. That's a fact. Other than that, they don't give a fuck. We commoner. You deaf, dumb, and blind. Do as you told. If everybody's walking to their left, then you walk to your left too. And the one motherfucker that walked to their right, ooh, he crazy. Lock him up. And it was sad about that young sister, Miss Minnie, from that reality show, and she was on that reality show for a while. And it's sad that she passed away in a car crash. Very, very sad, but it's hard to even mourn it because they shoving goddamn corona every day. COVID-19, COVID. It's like, goddamn. And I was watching this podcast, and it was a brother on there, and he was just going in, Farrakhan, and oh, that nigga don't do shit and all this other stuff. And it's like, I don't know this brother personally. I didn't know that. And a lot of the stuff he was saying was facts. We talked about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has done more for black people than Barack Obama, which I do agree. There was a lot of things I agree and a lot of things I don't agree. Oh, Donald Trump is not a racist. I'm sorry. He is a racist. Let me tell you something. If you're not trying to replace the system of racism and white supremacy and establish a system of justice, you are a racist. You want white supremacy, period. And I've never seen Donald Trump try to establish a system of justice. Because in establishing a system of justice, that would make us equal fighting. And that's not what they want. So I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree with all the shit that was being said about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I just personally didn't agree with it because I'm not saying that these men are perfect, because they probably were not perfect and they were young too. And the flesh is weak. But I'll say this. If we're Abraham Lincoln and glorify John F. Kennedy and George Washington as he did not tell a lie and all these other motherfuckers, then why we can't glorify our own people that have paved the way and done so many wonderful things for our community? Am I saying that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was perfect? No. But no man is perfect. Martin Luther King wasn't perfect either. You know what I mean? But what I am saying is, when it comes to establishing a system of justice, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was right on it. And he taught motherfuckers to be self-sufficient and be businessmen. From the things that I've read, like The Fall of America, he was spitting real, actual factuals in that book. He wasn't talking no bullshit. So, did I know him personally? No, I didn't. May I have agreed with some of the shit personally? Probably not. But let me tell you something. If this is all we got and this motherfucker is speaking that real shit, you gotta go with it. To me, that's just my personal opinion. Shout out to Brother Riza Islam. I got his book too. You know, motherfuckers be saying a whole lot of disparaging things, but one thing that I have noticed about people like Brother Riza Islam, the brother's very knowledgeable, studies, reads, very, very outspoken, super articulate, very relatable to the younger millennials. And I think he's going to be a great leader as he gets older. And I support that brother. And it ain't shit a motherfucker can tell me any different. Because for the most part, anybody that's associated with the Nation of Islam, they're not gonna just let no hoe ass nigga. The Nation of Islam is not going to allow no hoe ass nigga to corrupt what the fuck they got going on and damage their name. That's not happening. Sorry. And if Farrakhan was this shiesty, shady motherfucker, don't y'all think the CIA and the FBI would have came out with something on him if he was? as much as they can't stand the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So no, we need to be very mindful of people that are speaking negatively about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in the context of what he has done for our community. And the reason why I say that is because when I listen to black people do that, that's white talking points. Because I remember I used to tell my mom, and my mom was on the game. She was gamed up. And my mom would always stop because I'd be like, Ma, but y'all motherfuckers praised John F. Kennedy. He was fucking all kinds of bitches, though. Ah, shut up, motherfucker. Yeah, you right. That's exactly what my mom was saying. I can't stand your ass. You know that shit. Nigga, if we praising John F. Kennedy, he fucking every bitch in the White House. And one of his main bitches had the nerve to sing Happy Birthday, Mr. President in front of his main bitch. And ain't nobody say shit. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad got different kids by different women. Now all of a sudden, oh, all this work that he did, we can't do it because he's fucking with the system. He's fucking, man, please, man, get the fuck out of here. First of all, the thing that I don't like about what we do is we attack our leaders and the people that are paving the way for the younger generation, and we do it in such a way that's so vile and disgusting. The Jewish community don't do that shit at all. The Latino community don't do that. You could be the biggest fuck up in the Latino community. You think they gonna air out that dirty laundry? They don't do that. The Chinamen don't do that. The Korean men don't do that. Every other racial group does not do that. But we the only motherfuckers that get behind this motherfucker, this YouTube shit, and because we got a whole bunch of listeners, all of a sudden now we think we can shit on the people that have paved the way before us. Man, niggas gotta stop that shit, man. And a lot of it is, it's too much attention for people at a young age a lot of the times. Because when you have too much, but people gotta understand that Native black people, we fuel the fire behind a lot of the tension and a lot of the fuckery. We fuel it. And we don't want to come to some type of, I would say, resolution of moving forward where motherfuckers ain't disparaging each other out in public. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. Because I don't, like when a motherfucker started talking that shit about the Honorable Elijah, I don't be wanting to hear that shit, man. And the reason why I don't want to be, I personally don't want to hear that shit, because if a nigga followed you around for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's some shit that motherfuckers ain't gonna like that you do too. That's a fact. Or your viewpoints too. Because everybody's not meant to agree with everybody. That's their standpoint, that's their belief system. Do I agree with a lot of their principles? Hell yeah. But I feel like we get so sidetracked, and a lot of it is this social media era. You know, I be laughing at that shit when I be on Instagram sometimes. Hey, man, what's going on with it, man? Say what you want podcast. Shout out to that nigga, too. Hey, I downloaded that. I already forgot my damn password for that. For the motherfucking, the Zoom shit. I didn't already download this shit, but I just got to figure out how I can get it to work where you can hear us on OBS. So I got to holler at you about it, but I've been busy, man. I've been working on music, doing all kinds of shit. So I'm trying to get my shit popping, but shout out to you. But man, I'm telling you, I think we get pleasure out of going at each other and not supporting each other. And that's what trips me out the most, because when I'm listening to this brother, he was spitting actual factuals, and then, you know, oh, Donald Trump is not a racist. Man, Donald Trump exudes the system of racism, system and white supremacy. He's not trying to establish no system of justice. So that's where I would disagree, but I wouldn't say he's done all these wonderful things and Farrakhan has done nothing. Like, that's just my personal opinion. I ain't nobody. I may not be as well read or well versed as other people, but from what I have seen from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and from what I have read, the teachings, the little 2 books that I've read, which is The Fall of America and How to Eat to Live, that was enough. I'm sold. Man, I know. Hey, man, how's everything going now that you got the new PC? I'm talking to my boy in the chat. Because, man, let me tell you, like I was telling you before, bro, I got a Mac, and I'm going to tell you right now, YouTube be fucking with my shit. Like that day that all y'all was in the chat, you, and it was like 5 other people in the chat right when I started broadcasting. That shit started tripping right away. And then Sunday, no problem. Just like right now. I'm looking at OBS right now, and I'm putting out 28.1 CPUs. And then my frame is 187.12, like 12%. And then it says 60 FPS, as if you know what that is. So kilobytes, I'm putting out 27, 44 every frame or whatever. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden it's in the green. It's working just fine. But that day y'all was in the chat, that shit was fucked up. So man, I know you got a new PC, but watch, you'll see how they do you. You'll see, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's out of our control. I'm telling you. But I just want to touch on this. Stop just taking people's word for it. Go off what they show you. Don't go off what somebody else said about it. Take that into consideration. Yo, 35 for that? What's 35 for that? 35 for what? What's up, 0666 or MEW? I'm gonna call you MEW. But man, what's happening? But the only reason why I didn't like that shit was, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, because I was like, man, we spend way too much time arguing with each other and debating each other about bullshit and trying to call each other out like as if we perfect. I'm not perfect, and I don't claim to be perfect. I don't claim to know shit. That's why the shit is called No, I Don't Know. 40 to 45 sold to the next sucks. Wait, what? Oh, to the next second. Oh, you talking about the, hey man, let me tell y'all something. That motherfucking, Matt Nat or something in here. Hey man, that motherfucking auction off pussy is real, man. If y'all don't think that motherfuckers is doing that shit, y'all niggas is crazy. That's basically what they doing. If you take a bitch on a date, no diss, but if you take a bitch on a date, right, and you take her on a date, and you pay for everything, and she give you some pussy, you just pay for the pussy. Oh, my numbers are good within OBS? Hey, good looking out. Because I don't know what the numbers is. I followed the shit on, I just looked up YouTube and followed how to do it, and I was like, well, fuck it. But I was like, man, because I'm telling you, when I used to do my podcast before, you know, I never used to have no problems. When I had like 90 subscribers, man, my internet was never tripping. Then once I got to like 110 subscribers, it started tripping a little bit. And I was like, I know it ain't my shit. Then I don't even know what my subscription has now. Now the shit's fucked up, but I know it's when it be a lot of people in the chat, it start fucking up. And I know what happens because the more people in the chat, the more algorithm it probably builds. Who knows? But hey man, I'm cool with it is. You notice I ain't clout chasing. That's why I'll put certain things as my title, but then sometimes I won't because I ain't trying to clout chase. That's why it's very imperative. Speaking of that, Steven Jackson, man, I don't know if y'all watched, man, shout out to Steven Jackson. I watched his live on YouTube, how he posted it, man. He was saying some real shit. I think that's a problem with our community too. Sisters just be going after niggas with money, and then they be wanting niggas with money to conform to what the fuck they on. Like he told her, you need to sign this fucking prenup, and the bitch try to wait till the goddamn last minute to sign the shit. Okay, cool. And then the bitch trying to take all day trying to sign the shit up to the day he was married. Up to the day he was about to get married, and then the bitch ain't want to sign the shit. So he was like, the shit is off. And shout out to Mike Bibby. Shout out to Stephon Marbury, because, you know, they had his back. And they was like, nah, fuck that. She ain't signed that shit. We ain't getting married. My thing is this. This is what I would say, and I'm pretty sure Steven Jackson get it now. My thing is this. She didn't love you the way you loved her. She didn't see you the way you saw her. You saw her as, oh, this is going to be my girl. I'm going to take care of her, make sure you're good. She saw you as a cash cow, and she was getting ready to cash in. So she played the role until it was time. And when she saw that prenup, in her mind, she was thinking, oh, well, he not going to let me get her. He not going to let me get him the way I want to get him. And that's why she stalled. Then at the last minute, okay, I'll sign it. Nah. Then the bitch try to file for child support in different states and shit. See, that's the problem. That's the biggest issue that I have in the United States of America when it comes to our people. Just put motherfuckers on child support and going to the court of law. Only people that's winning is the court of law. A lot of people are doing it because they're jealous, they're envious, and they want what you have. And a lot of the times, I like what Steven Jackson said. He ended up fucking one of her friends that they supposed to get married. And these are the type of bitches you got around, because a lot of times women will hang around no good, shiesty, trifling bitches because they all collude and get together and act like they are such good, upstanding women, in my opinion. But let a nigga come around with money. They'll fight and claw each other to death to fuck the nigga that got the money. Man, they'll fuck you up. Look, let me tell you something. You can get a bitch, take her, treat her, wine her, and dine her, right? Facts, because you got the bread, and her friend can be so-called loyal. Man, her friend will fuck you too. You got the bread. Money is the idol. Motherfuckers want to live good. That's why I make that joke. Yeah, that's why I do that shit, because it's the truth. That's why bitches be at these fucking games. A lot of these bitches that are with these NBA players, they're strategically putting themselves in positions to meet these motherfuckers. They're not just meeting these basketball players by chance, like, oh, I just happened to meet him. No, they're putting themselves in position to meet these people so they can have babies with these motherfuckers, and then they can live comfortable for 18, 19 years. And if they play their role right, they'll never have to work again. But most women get greedy. And then they want to treat niggas like you don't have money and you don't have options to fuck all these different bitches, and then be mad when you fuck all these different bitches when you done just auctioned off your pussy hole. And that's what I don't get about women. Once you auction off your shit to a nigga, when you marry a basketball player and things don't work out, and you put him on papers and then you go fuck with another basketball player and do some shit, nah. You might as well just go on the internet, open your legs, put the live pussy hole and say, I'm taking the largest bidder. Who wants this pussy? And then have a nigga like me talking about starting to bid off at $55. Let me get $55. Yeah, $65. Yeah, $75. Yeah. You might as well let me do it. Let somebody auction off your pussy hole for you, but you must have the Carfax. Because a lot of these bitches got over 100,000 miles on their pussy hole and then be trying to come in and then want a nigga to take a bitch to motherfucking surf and turf. And this bitch got over 100. This bitch already had her transmission dropped. Had a new radio and everything on that pussy hole. Check engine light on and all this shit. And you talking about take me to surf and turf. Bitch, you ain't worth no surf and turf money. I'm taking your ass to In-N-Out. Oh, and you got to pay for half the meal. But that's the problem with us, because I feel like a lot of us, we see what the dominant society is doing and how they are, and we mimic that. And I get it. They got a Tesla, we want a Tesla. They got a nice house, we want a nice house. We don't want to make sure our family is good, but we want that nice house. Now, is there certain instances where family can get on your nerves and they don't want to be good for themselves? That's where the problem lies. I'm not going to want more for you than you want for yourself. That's facts. That's not what I'm going to do. And all y'all who's listening, that's your job too. Don't want more for people than what they want for themselves. And only give advice when asked. Don't go out of your way giving I don't do that anymore. I don't go out of my way trying to give people advice. You'll figure it out. That's always my saying. My immediate relatives will tell you, hey man, y'all figure it out. Just chill and you'll weave through it, because my vision and my perspective may be different from yours. You might not want to walk the path that I walk. You might want to walk a different path. But each one still got to teach one. And motherfuckers got to stop acting like they know every goddamn thing. And my advice is, watch motherfuckers that go hard at the motherfuckers that's really doing what they're supposed to do. In my opinion. This is just my opinion. I watch. The first thing, when I hear a motherfucker talk about Farrakhan, I just, in a negative light, I just watch him. I don't judge him, I just watch him. Because I've been listening to Farrakhan faithfully since 2019. Because on Sprint, I had unlimited data all that time. So I could be on YouTube. YouTube was created 07, 08. 09, 010, man, I had a Palm Pre in 09. I had a motherfucking Palm Pre. And people that knew me in 09, 010, they know I had a Palm Pre phone. And I was always on fucking YouTube. And my shit wasn't buffering or none of that, because I had unlimited data. So with that being said, I stay listening to Farrakhan speeches because I would always go back and listen to him. So I would go back myself and listen to him before I started reading. That's how I really got introduced to Farrakhan, because I'm like, I'm just going to see what he say, because everybody always got some shit to say about it. And then once I started, I would say for like 2 weeks straight, I was just listening to every speech that he did in the 80s. I didn't even go to the 90s. I just did everything that he did in the 80s when he was speaking in little bitty halls, and everything he did in the 90s. I started listening to it. And, man, that's why when my mom used to say shit, I used to be like, nope. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Because motherfuckers, to me, I feel like it's easier for us to feel okay with ourselves when we attack people like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's just my personal opinion. It's easier. It makes you feel better. Because I think a lot of times people are speaking from the dominant society's perspective, and they're not speaking from a native black's perspective. Like, oh, he has not, when I hear people, oh, he ain't doing it. Well, what has he not done? He's the only person that's not cowardly enough to speak up on the Jewish bankers and all the fuckery that they've had going on the last 100 years. And how they have fixed and crashed the economy decade after decade. Got everybody to take their gold and turn it into the gold. Oh, we gonna put it in Fort Knox. And then, oh, we're not on the gold standard no more. So what the fuck did y'all do with all that gold? Why is nobody talking about that? Farrakhan asked. No, they give you a promissory note. That's what it is. See, the dollar used to say U.S. Treasury note, right? Now it says a Federal Reserve note. Basically promissory. It's backed by nothing. These are the things that Farrakhan's educating. I'm not saying that he's perfect, but what I am saying is be very mindful when you hear people go at people that have been doing this longer than I've been alive. Farrakhan's been doing it longer than I've been on this planet. So when I hear people, especially young people, I just watch them. I said, wow, poor thing. Because a lot of people, you're going to crash and burn. Because let me tell you something that I've learned about this generation. They like fuckery and bullshit. Motherfuckers don't like unity. Motherfuckers like fuckery. Well, I'm here to speak on it. I'm not into that shit. And I've never been into that. I don't like the fuckery where I remember I was at the Court Plantation and I noticed, the dominant society get around and watch as two black people will argue back and forth. They like that. So I had to check myself and be like, nah, I'm not doing that no more. Because that's not me. And that's how you need to be. Be the example. When somebody's talking crazy about maybe your particular belief or whatever, don't get mad at them, get glad. Now, what they're saying, go research it. Because there's always a protagonist and antagonist. There's a devil and then there's Jesus. Lucifer, Satan, the light bearer, and then there's Jesus Christ. There's Agent Smith and then there's Neo. Remember that. These are fictitious characters, in my personal opinion, that was created to dumb down the commoner. As I'm reading the book about the Borgias, they doing the same shit that these motherfuckers in this book was doing. The late Merovingians, they doing the same shit, creating this, oh, well, the devil made him do it. Oh, well, he's a Merovingian and he's a saint. Lying and shit. Man, that book is crazy. Lying, talking about, oh, he's a saint, he's a Merovingian, he's wealthy, he's that way because he performed all these miracles. Man, they was lying like a motherfucker. Like, these motherfuckers wasn't performing no miracles. They just had wealth. But because you're going to believe whatever somebody tells you, you're not going to research it for yourself. So you're under this impression that, oh man, he's a Merovingian. He's a saint. So he's performed all these miracles and done all these things. Just like I said, research it for yourself. Don't take nobody's word for shit. Don't take Warren's word for it. Go research it. And the reason why I'm saying go research it, because that's the only way you can have your own perspective. That's why I've only read 2 books on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. How to Eat to Live and Fall of America. I've only read 2. Now, out of those 2 books, why would they come out with a documentary saying the same shit that this man was saying in the 70s? So if this man is such a bad person, to me, in my perspective, then why is that book go inside with What the Health? Now, not word for word and verbatim, but a lot of the shit that he was saying, dairy, pigs, the worms in the pigs, this is what they were saying in What the Health, which was one of Netflix's biggest documentaries that was out. Right? But you read How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that book came out in the 70s. Dr. Sebi got his principles from that. That's why I constantly remind people of that. You know where he got his teachings from, right? Because you know he was Nation of Islam first, before anything else. Because people like to separate him like he just went in the jungle and just studied and just can't. No. Let's get where he got his philosophy from first. That's why you got to give credit where credit is due. Now, you may not like the Nation of Islam personally, but you got to give them props for the shit that they've done in this community and the things that they continue to do. And shout out to Brother Riza Islam, because his book is going to be phenomenal. A lot of the shit I done already read, not in his book, but in other books, but I'm going to read this book anyway. And yes, I got the book to support that brother. I'm not going to not support him. He's in the field doing the real work from what I can see. Let me tell y'all something, man. Study. As the Quran teaches, from the cradle to the grave. Study everything. Motherfuckers say, man, why you reading that shit? I'm reading about the Merovingians and I'm reading about the Borgias because I want to know what the fuck they was doing. History repeats itself, but opportunities don't. And history is repeating itself. So a lot of the shit that they was doing, all the fuckery and bullshit that they doing in this Borgias book that I'm reading, I want to learn about it. Just like I got the Medici. That was the bankers that the Borgias was dealing with. Go check out the Medici on, they got the Borgias on, I think, HBO. Go check it out. Cesare Borgia, Lucrezia, who everybody thinks is Mary, when really it was Lucrezia. And everybody thinking it's Jesus Christ, when really it's Cesare Borgia. And then when you tell motherfuckers it's Cesare Borgia, they're like, who the fuck is that? Nigga, that's the nigga on the wall. Nah, man, that's the dude. Google it. See, now motherfuckers can't hide a lot of this shit because now it's Google. You can Google it now. But it shouldn't take a nigga to tell you. I've always wondered, as a kid, why in every Sunday school lesson, in every book, the motherfuckers look like them. Why don't nobody in this Bible now, if they Egyptian, ain't that in Africa? So you mean to tell me 5,000 years ago, those Egyptians that we see today look like him on that wall, or they look like us? Because I would think that they look more like us, because it is a proven fact that most dominant society people cannot survive in that African desert heat. That'll burn up their skin. And then they want to have you talking about, oh man, put some sunscreen on. I remember my clown ass out there putting sunscreen on. I was like, what the fuck is I'm doing this shit? And I started putting that shit on, all I did was get darker. Because I remember this sister that was mixed. You know, they like to call it biracial now. Oh, well, yeah, you need to put sunscreen. I said, no, you need to put sunscreen on because you weren't blessed with as much meat. Sorry. Sucks for you. She was like, no, that's not the reason. I was like, that is the reason. I'm telling you right now, man, when this sister, when the sister was telling me that, because, she was very, you could tell she was put on the game, very much put on the game about a lot of history and stuff like that. But I said, well, they didn't educate you about melanin. She was like, what you mean? I was like, because you have the dominant society melanin as well. That's why you may need sunscreen, but I do not. Oh, well, what about skin cancer? I said, well, let's tally up how many fully melanated native black people have gotten skin cancer. And let's tally up how many native white people, or let's just say white people, have gotten skin cancer. I bet you those numbers would be astronomically different. Because if that's the case, I said, then why don't you ask the brothers in the Sudan, in Eritrea, if they put on sunscreen when they're in that heat? Ask them. They'll look at you and laugh. But y'all can't survive in it. It's just like the underworld, the werewolves and the vampires. Vampires live these luxury lives, but they couldn't go in the sun. But the werewolves live like beasts, live like poor folk, black people. But the werewolves had superhuman strength unmatchable. Their strength was unmatchable. And that's why the vampires had them as slaves. They can guard our, towers as we sleep and hide out from the sun. Man, get the fuck out of here. Go watch the underworld. Very, 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 very much will put you on a game on how racism works. Racism and classism. But most of all, racism. And how they will lead the story. Because in the underworld, the first one, they got this character, Kate Beckinsale, Celine. She was told that Victor is the Almighty and he saved her life and all this other stuff. Then you had Craven. And Craven was basically the hagiographer. He was basically taking out all the notes and writing the shit in the books. And then after he was writing the shit in the books, he had to tell her the truth. Yeah, why you think that Victor has saved you? Victor was killing your family. And then when he came to you, you reminded him of his daughter that he killed because she was fucking a werewolf, basically a nigga, and he killed her. If that ain't the most racist thing, because he did not want the commingling of the bloodlines. He did not like that. You know why? Because of genetic annihilation. He wanted to preserve the sanctity of being a vampire, aka a white vampire, right? And then here come the werewolves trying to commingle the bloodlines, and they ain't like that shit. Oh man, it touches on racism, it touches on classism, all that shit. Go watch it. Watch the first one, then watch the second one, and the third one, they kind of went off into a tangent. I want them to bring it back. See, when they bring it into the future, I didn't like that. When they bring it back old school, that's what I liked. Because when they bring it back old school, it gives you a better context on how racism was. Facts. And how he adopted this werewolf, but he was a slave and had a collar on his neck. And if he turned to a werewolf, he'd die because the werewolf necks get big and the spikes in the collar would poke him. It just shows you exactly, in my personal opinion, how racism works. And the fear that Victor had of the werewolves. The fear that he had, but he was such an elder and he was so strong as a vampire and had so much clout, he wasn't afraid of him. But actually he was. So for a motherfucker, any person that get on there talking about, yeah, Donald Trump has done very good things for his people, and he has done things for black people. Just a tad bit more than what Obama has done, right? But I would never go off and say that he's not racist and he's not perpetuating the system of racism and white supremacy. Sorry. He is not trying to establish a system of justice. See, more people need to read Neely Fuller Jr. They need to read Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's book, because when you read that, you're not going to speak and have those talking points of the dominant society. And when I say dominant society, I'm talking about most white people that have white privilege and act like they don't have white privilege. So you just bring the white people around me that use their white privilege for good. You like, what you mean for good? It's like this. If you work at the corporate plantation and you're working around a white person, they know they have white privilege, they know they can possess and use that, and they take the information that's being said about black people when you're not in the room, and they take this back to you and they say, hey, this, and this, because this is what's being said. That's what I'm talking about. Because you're trying to establish a system of justice. So what you're doing is you're educating the deaf, dumb, and blind black person who thinks he's doing the right thing, when really, dude, they don't fuck with you. Not that way. So do X, Y, and Z. Because most black people want to be loved. They want to be coddled. They want to be pet on their head. And I'm talking about outside of the corporate plantation. That's why when white people come around, we get the buck dancing and dancing and trying to perform for their asses. That's what to me, that is more prevalent now than ever before. Every time we get around the dominant society, we want to perform. We don't want to do nothing else. But no one is not telling you go around picking debates and with white people. No, because you're wasting your breath. Because in my personal opinion, white people are fully aware of racism and white supremacy. They're fully aware of white privilege. And if they if they deny it, tell them to go read White Fragility. Just tell them to go read the book. Tell them Google it. Don't be sitting up there arguing with them. And please don't even argue with your own people. Because your own people, they are more toxic than anybody else. Because let me tell you this. The last time I checked, shout out and RIP to Nipsey Hussle, black people ain't in charge of shit. You're not in charge of no governors. You're not in charge of no presidents. You're not in charge of the fucking banks. Last time I checked, the Federal Reserve is not ran by black people. You want me to name them? The Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Morgans, the Rothschilds. Those are not black people. Facts. So if those are not black people, I don't want to hear no shit about, oh, this person. Who y'all think Donald Trump reports to? The Federal Reserve. Let these motherfuckers fool you. This shit is real in the field. Do your research on your own. Don't be listening to what the fuck somebody told you. Go do it yourself. Force yourself to become an avid reader. I don't give a fuck if every break you take at your job, you're pulling out your book and reading. That's what the fuck I do. So you better do it too. Stop fronting, stop bullshitting, stop thinking that somebody gonna spoon feed it to you, because like I said before, you don't need nobody to spoon feed it to you when you're trying to fuck. That's what I told the nigga. I said, oh, you wanna know about Dr. Sebi C. Monster? Go look at it and research it for yourself. Well, man, no, you don't. No. I said, I bet you if I found a bitch, you ain't gonna let me be like, hey, man, so look, I'm about to go in here and help you with this bitch because I'm a spoon feed it to you. So look, she gonna sit on my dick first and ride my dick, and I'm gonna show you how she riding it, and then she gonna get off my dick, and then I'm gonna tell her to ride yours like how she ride mine, and then I'm gonna tell you how to hold her ass and shit. Tell a nigga that. That nigga gonna look at you like you crazy, be like, nigga, you got me fucked up, nigga. I don't need you to. So if you don't need me to be right there and be fucking with you, then you don't need me to fucking hold your hand when it's time to research shit to better your life and improve what the fuck you got going on. So I'm not gonna hold your hand, and I'm not gonna keep telling no nigga to go read no book. And I'm talking about in person. I'm gonna do this on here all day until I don't have this shit no more. But in person, I'm not gonna keep telling no nigga to go read no book. You don't wanna read no book. Don't do it. But it's more people that running their mouth and bumping their motherfucking gums. But you be like, hey man, but did you read woo? And them motherfuckers be like, nah, I ain't read that shit. Well, did you read this book? I don't care if you read 5 books and aspiring to read more. When you get around people, just listen to their conversation. Just listen to it. It's a deaf, dumb, and blind conversation. They have no idea. They believe whatever's on CNN, whatever's on Fox, whatever Donald Trump say. Donald Trump is the bad guy. I'm not saying he's the bad guy, because you're not going to get me to be like, well, he's the bad guy, and Joe Biden, and fuck Joe Biden, and fuck Bill Clinton, and Hillary Clinton too. Those motherfuckers was responsible for mass incarceration, the goddamn 94 crime bill. So I don't fuck with them either. But when a motherfucker say, well, man, we got to choose the best, the lesser of the two evils, why do we got to choose that? Why we can't come up with our own candidate? Why we got to choose what they gave us? Nobody wants to question that. Everybody act like it's normal. That shit is not normal. For them to be like, all right, well, he's a fucking racist motherfucker, and he don't give a fuck about niggas, and so is he. But these are our only choices. Sorry. Then I choose nothing. That's why motherfucker try to give me a fucking speech about, oh man, your ancestors died to vote. No, my ancestors were misinformed. And they want to be a part of a system that never wanted them to be a part of it. That's why the motherfucker talk about be all you can be. No, be all you can never be in this dominant society. Come on, man. Go read The Wealth Choice. How many times I gotta talk about that? Go read that fucking book. It's gonna blow your mind how many motherfuckers was like, oh, I had to leave that company. I wasn't getting treated right. Doesn't that sound familiar? And then it's mentioned all these people that came up with these products and Super Soaker and all this other shit. They don't put that shit on TV. When I was a kid growing up, do you think I knew that the Super Soaker was invented by a black man? I didn't fucking know that. You think they discussed that at the goddamn Jesus Said It? Nope. Because they've been socialized. Oh, no. We talking about going to heaven. We vote Democrat. All this bullshit. What the fuck has the Democratic Party done for niggas lately? See, I'm like Janet Jackson. Dun, 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 dun. What have you done for me lately? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, yeah. Like, I ain't with all that bullshit. Fuck all that. And there's no diss to black churches, nothing like that. But, man, they take more time screaming and hollering and teach you shit. And then the real shit, you don't know. And then you out in this world, you don't even know what the fuck going on. Then you can't even understand, damn, I'm working all these hours and I'm doing everything they told me. Why they treat me like this? That's because you too busy. In Genesis 1:1 said, let my people go. And then in Leviticus such and such, the Bible also teaches this. It's like, I can't talk that shit to these dominant society motherfuckers that are perpetuating the system of racism and white supremacy. Come on, man. That's one. Two, I can't Idi Ashando and la ba 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 my way out of no bullshit. That doesn't work. But if I'm armed and have the education of what I need to know, that is a lifetime. And now that I've read, a plethora of books, I ain't read that many compared to most, but I've read enough to where I'm like, I know when to become introverted shit. I know when to speak my piece, and I know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. I'm not that type of person where I gotta let them know. Nah, man, because there's a time and place for that. And you gotta understand, when you're on a corporate plantation, you're there to do a job. You're not there to make enemies, but you're there to do a job. And you're not there for people to like you. You're there for you to do your job and do it correctly. But the thing is, we have lack of education on what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. Because when we see each other, we see us do the dominant society. Like, that's why we don't fuck with each other for the most part. That's why black people, when they get on the corporate plantation, they either get along or they can't stand each other. That's a fact. And the reason why I say that is because that's the way it goes. And that shit ain't gonna. And the reason why I say that shit ain't gonna change is because I feel, for the most part, it's education, lack of understanding, lack of wanting to know what's going on, and lack of listening to people that may have a little bit more education than you. That's a fact. If a motherfucker got a little bit more and they're speaking some sense, just listen to him. I'm not saying you gotta follow behind his lead. Anything that I'm talking on here, research it for yourself. Don't be fucking just taking Warren's word for it. Research it for itself. You don't like something I'm saying about a book, go get the book and read it and prove me wrong. And then be like, nah, Warren, the book I just said it. And I'm gonna be like, all right, well, you got me. Because I can't remember everything in every goddamn book. But for the most part, I do remember Nearly Fuller Jr. talking about, if you see two white people arguing, if they're not trying to replace the system of racism and white supremacy and establish a system of justice, that's just two white people arguing. He said, basically, that's just two slave masters competing on who's going to be the biggest slave master. They don't give a fuck about replacing the system of racism and white supremacy and establishing a system of justice. That is the most thorough book I've ever read, as far as like, because we like to, they fight and then take a side. That shit is all theater, and all they gonna do is behind closed doors talk shit about your black ass. So I don't even know why you sit up here running behind them like they the fucking savior and like, oh yeah, they was arguing on my behalf. They'll never argue on your behalf, and they'll never replace that system and establish a system of justice. Because the day that happens, in my personal opinion, this is not all white people, but the day that happens, you'll be their equal. And a lot of white people, in my personal opinion, they don't see Native black people as their equal, even though we built the country. They see us as slaves and dumb niggas that don't educate themselves and don't read. So when they do see one that works two jobs or something, they try to segregate you. Wow, you work two jobs? Wow. And try to make you feel good. You don't think that happened to me? That has happened to me thousands of times. Oh no, Warren, he works two jobs. No, he's responsible. How do you think I took that? Oh, I'm the good nigga. Yeah, he's not like all these other niggas. That shit. That's the way they feel. And you can't change it. It ain't your job to change that. Your job is to have an understanding. As Nearly Fuller Jr. says, if you don't understand racism and white supremacy, everything else will confuse you. Everything. And anybody you around, I don't care what race they are, I'm talking about off the corporate plantation. I'ma fuck with you though, man. I'ma email you. Just give me some time, man. It's Square Plantation. And I gotta send some beats to this one dude. And I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. And I gotta get a motherfucking phone. So I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hey, man, if you know anybody that's on this shit, send it to them. If they not, don't send it to them, because I don't want my shit getting taken down. Hey, man, if you out there doing something you ain't supposed to be doing, like pulling up on a bitch at Walmart or going to Whole Foods just to look for bitches, and then you find you a bitch and you acting like you eat healthy and really all you do is eat McDevils and In-N-Out just so you get some pussy, guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.